Yeah, just talking about the inner world, the outer world, relating to people, um, and staying all right within my own self, even though I've got a condition of OCD, pure OCD, intrusive thoughts, and other stuff. I'm noticing that I've noticed for a long time a sensitivity to sounds and bright lights, certain smells sometimes, um, and my social interaction problems that can come up. I try not to focus on it all, and I'm still managed to do stuff like go. I don't want to sound self-piteous, but I crack on with it, yeah, and I can't be around people that are going on and on and on. I know I can do, but I mean about their own mental health stuff, and it's just fucking draining, and I'd rather look for solutions. And some of the biggest solutions I find in life are really what matters is the people, like the connection with my gran I had and things like that, and the connection with my dog. But things, she passed away, and it's things have changed a lot. I've dropped a lot of people out. Friendships I've had for 20 odd years, but I've just had enough of them. I don't mean to sound horrible, but just like I can't be doing the bullshit anymore. And I think it's easy to go towards stuff or stay in stuff that's not healthy for us, whether it's a job, a friendship, a relationship. It's easy just to stay stuck on stuff. And I'm really glad I'm off on a holiday to Bangkok. And I've got this. I'll give myself a pat on the back. And yeah, it can be tough sometimes traveling on, to these places. But I'll get support out there. I go self-help groups, and there'll be people. There'll be a friendly face in particular. How many people haven't got that? Even people that have got loads of money, like where they can actually turn up and talk to people, and maybe go off for a cup of tea with some. Well, you can't. If you're struggling with stuff, we're there to support each other, and this support group is worldwide. So there is no reason to be alone for me. However, I struggle sometimes to connect with people. I make sure I do, and I push through. I'm making sure that I'm really around people like that matter in my life, and those that don't, I move on or change things. Basically, I think they're the important things in life are relationships with people, friendships, and I can't be getting my head around this paying for company in a relationship like with a Southeast Asian woman. I mean, yeah, we were friends a bit, but it was reliant on cat, and I just don't like that setup, mate. I'm just not into that. I want people. I'd rather like it affects my esteem. That does. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't have to pay for company. I'd rather be on my own than someone have to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. And I'm glad to be free of that. Come away from that. Got involved with a lady for about 4 or 5 months on the internet, and was friends with her a bit. And it's weird. I can't work it out, and there is nothing. I'm just glad I've come away from it, and it's a big pressure off me. I haven't got money to blow on people, and I'm I look after myself. I live alone, and that's how I like it, really. and if I have a bit of company here and there, so be it, you know. But I'm not going mad for it. I'm really excited about my trip away, and like I say, my condition doesn't go away. Like when I go, I take my condition wherever I am, and it's just like a real over focus on my thoughts, like an absolute panic inside, and anxiety, and then checking myself, and being in this loop of fear, a fear of a thought or a thought, and then anxiety, then beating myself, then it goes round and round, and it's very difficult sometimes. And what I've noticed is I get it more at work. I get it at work more because anxiety kicks in because of the job, and then my head goes off and goes like a washing machine on a spin cycle in an obsessive loop, round, 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 round. It's really wearing me down, you know, at times. I've had it for probably since I was a kid. I've had it, actually. I was in anxiety as a kid, massively. And that obsessive ruminating worry that goes on and on and on. I refuse I just don't want to be medicated on prescribed medication. I just don't want it, so I don't go on that. I'd rather put up with the symptoms of my condition than the side effects of drugs. That's just my way of dealing with it, and I'm glad. I've been on SSRIs or whatever they're called, Ceraxat, and it was a nightmare coming off that shit. And I'm really reluctant to go on any medication because although it could possibly help, I find it deadens the good stuff as well, you know, like my creativity and just feeling clean, you know, of not being drugged up. Okay, I'll drink tea, yeah, but I wouldn't call that, I mean, caffeine. And how far do you want to take it, you know? Not eating sugar, and I mean, where, you know, you can end up a right nut with it if you're not careful. But I am clean from using drugs to get stoned, you know what I mean? That's fact. And I have been for 23 years. And I'm grateful for that. I am grateful. And I'm looking for someone to help me with my recovery around that. But for me, it's more than the drugs. It's always been the mental health, really, and the trauma from childhood. And that's the stuff that I try not to over focus on it, but it's like, especially the anxiety, I'll be quite glad. I've only got a few more weeks to go till I go away, and I'll be quite glad to come away from the job for quite a while. And I might go back to it, I might not, I'll see how I feel. I probably will for a few months, because I like to have the Christmas party with people and that, and have a laugh. I am having a bit of a laugh with people, but I just, like I say, I don't want to suffer like that. I'm really suffering at work, and I don't think that level of torment is healthy for me these days. I think when you're younger, I used to be able to just crack on more, you know, like in my 20s and that, and even into my 30s. I just used to like think, well, damn it, I ain't topic, I'm just going to crack on regardless. And I've lost that to a certain degree. I've still got it in me, the warrior of like being able to just like do stuff. I find it more, I could do a talk in front of 2,000 people, you know. I could share it. I could do a comment. I could share my life experience, and I've done it a lot of times in front of small groups. But I've done it in front of bigger groups too, hundreds of people sometimes maybe, and yeah, a couple of times. I could do that, but you know, eating a bit of chicken afterwards, talking to some lady, you know, that she's interested, you know, because I've made everyone laugh. I struggle with that kind of thing, you know. I just feel like very not equipped in those situations, I find them very uncomfortable. It's just overwhelming. Yet I can do big stuff because there's a sense of distance and if you like, control. I don't know control, but I just struggle with social anxiety in a very intimate level. Like, well, I mean, like sometimes like few people there and that, and yeah, now I find it all too much. And but sometimes those events are really enjoyable as well to push through, and even if it does go a bit peak-tong, it doesn't matter. The fact is you've gone there and you've turned up. I've turned up, and that in itself is a success. Like I say, a lot of things have ended, and I try not to get sad about that, but I just get ready for the next new beginnings. And I think sometimes it's more important to realise to pull people up quicker, because I jog people on, like, and it might not seem over much, but it's over a lot of things, and it's the straw that breaks the camel's back, you know, the final straw. And I've moved on from a lot of people, and I'm all right with that, but I do need people, and but I also need people that are going to pull their weight. I don't want to be doing all the running. What I mean by that, I'm not like home health, yeah? I'm not like going around visiting like everyone trying to, you know, I've got a mate who's not well in the head, aren't we all? But I just can't be doing with that kind of bullshit around stuff anymore. No, not interested. Not interested in put downs from people, and I just rather be on my own than be around people that are vexations to the spirit, say. And yeah, fuck it. I ain't gonna pretend. People please, be dishonest. Couldn't be fucked with most people, I'll be honest with you. That's me being straight. That might not run true with EFT or whatever. I don't really give a damn. It's the way it is, yeah? It's like, I do have people around me that matter, like my brother, like my mum, both of my brothers, but I'm more yeah, and family and the odd friend. It's enough. I think all this bullshit on Facebook of having all these people and you unfriend them and they all get hurt and that, and I just think, well, I don't want telling you my business. I don't really, you're not worthy of knowing what's going on for me, really, mate. I don't want you knowing my stuff. So I wipe them off and they get the ump, and that's up to them. I never really wanted them on there in the first place. I just went on a mad fucking like friending everyone, and I had to unfriend a lot. It's not personal. I don't know who unfriends me. I don't really give a fuck. I just don't bother looking. I don't care really about that stuff. I've unfriended the whole Facebook thing anyway. I've just got rid of it. And I feel better from staying away from the mind-numbing bullshit that's on there. I'd rather put out my own stuff on YouTube that hardly anyone looks at. And it's good. I feel good about that. One thing I will just mention is physical exercise has been really important to me. And I think it's great, you know. I really do. It's very productive. Anyway, that's me for today. Over and out.